Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today I'm going to be doing my 3 Looks 1 palette with the new Alter Ego Artemis palette. I did already do a first impressions where I just gave you my initial thoughts, and I also did like swatches and all that good stuff. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend checking it out. This is definitely supposed to be a dupe for the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, which I think is really cool. I said this in my first impressions, but I hope they don't continue to just dupe the giant palettes. I hope they go back to maybe doing some of the smaller ones. This is just too many shadows for me. I like smaller palettes personally, but I do understand a lot of people like bigger palettes, so I can also understand them wanting to stick with bigger palettes to dupe. But regardless, I thought the Metropolis was a really pretty color story. There was never a chance in the world that I would spend that kind of money on eyeshadow. I'm really happy they came out with an affordable version, and I'm so thankful they sent it to me. I'm so glad I had a chance to try it out and play with it for you guys. I had fun playing with this. I think it's a really cool color story. I feel like there's good versatility with this palette. I feel like the looks you could do are pretty limitless as far as just like different types of looks. I do have a few critiques, which I'll get to at the very end of the video, but for the most part, I'm pretty pleased with this palette. The shimmers are everything I expect from Alter Ego. They are so shiny and beautiful. I love their shimmer formula so much. The mattes are definitely different in this palette. They're more of that creamy matte texture, which I guess Natasha Denona also does in her palette, so news to me, but it's also new for this brand. It was something I haven't really tried before. I'm very on the fence on how I feel about it. They performed great. I just don't know if it's totally my preference, but I'll get to that more at the end of the video. Anyways, this palette has already launched. It's $22. If you want to save some additional money, you can use my code BEAUTBEAN in all caps to save 10%. It is an affiliate code. I will make a small commission if you use my code, and I'm very grateful if you do, but don't feel pressured. This video is in no way sponsored. I'm just choosing to do this because you guys seemed really pumped about this palette and wanted to see a 3 Looks 1 palette, and honestly, I wanted to create a 3 Looks 1 palette with this because I was inspired as well. Alright, anyways, let's just hop into these looks, and at the end of the video, I will give you my final thoughts on this palette. Hello, how's it going? Look number 1, I'm just gonna tuck this wig out of the way, expose my secrets. I'm gonna prime with the Alter Ego eyeshadow base. I'll just use that for this whole video, just because I know this base works nicely and it is the eyeshadow base that the brand sells, so considering I like it, I might as well use the shadow primer that the same brand came out with. I've said it before, I like this primer just fine. I just wish it had a little more tint to it. It dries a little too clear for my preference, but it's a fine primer. I want to do a halo eye today. I want something very warm, smoky. I want to play with these red tones. I'm going to start by just laying down this Trap shade just as kind of my shade to help everything blend out later. Transition shade, if you will. Just going to take a blending brush and I'm going to load that shadow up and just start going from inner to outer corner. I want to keep kind of a rounded shape with this look. So I'm just going to take my time, build up this color. With these creamy mattes, they aren't necessarily insane pigmentation right off the bat. You do have to build them up a little bit, but they seem to blend nicely from what I've tried so far. Also, it's raining outside, so if you hear noises, that's probably what it is. Can't control Mother Nature. I'm gonna go ahead and just scoot a little of that shade underneath my lower lash, again keeping a little bit of a rounded shape. I am going all the way from inner to outer corner with this. Sometimes with my halos I leave a space in the middle. Sometimes I just blow it out. Today I just feel like blowing it out. And again, I'm dipping in a few times just because these colors do take a little bit to build up with this creamy matte formula. Now that that's laid down, I want to go ahead and take Lure, the darkest shade that I want to use for the mattes. I'm just going to use a little pencil brush for this. I'm going to load that shadow up. And this is going to be focused in the outer and inner corner. And again, I'm going to be dipping in a few times because these shades aren't insanely pigmented right off the bat. How are you guys doing? Today was one of my days off. I just went on a run, played a little bit of Animal Crossing, and now I'm getting some work done. I'm excited to be playing with this palette, and you guys seem pretty excited too. I just uploaded my first impressions with it as I'm filming this, and so far you guys seem pretty pumped. Again, I'm just going to take this all the way from inner to outer corner now that I have kind of my top lid area finesse the way I want. I want to work on that lower lash line now. I don't love the fact that I have to dip in a ton of times to get the level of pigmentation that I personally want, but I could also see a lot of people liking this just because it keeps it really user-friendly. It's hard to overdo it with these shadows. I feel like I'm definitely going to be one to prefer Alter Ego's typical matte eyeshadow formula, not so much this creamy matte, but I don't hate it. It's just something I'm very not used to. I'm going to take Quiver now, this brown that's a little bit lighter than the Lure one I just used, and I'm just going to use a slightly bigger pencil brush. And I'm just gonna kind of focus the shade around the edges where that brown was, just to help blend it out. And again, I wanna keep like the center of my lid and crease as blank as possible. Don't wanna add too much depth in there. A little bit will happen just through blending, but for the most part, I just want it to stay nice and open. I'm just gonna really follow the edges of all of the dark brown I laid down. I'm gonna take a little bit of Trap, that very first shadow I had on that big blending brush, just to again help buff and blend the edges. Everything seems to be blending fine. It just takes a little bit to build up the color to what I want it to be. I know I sound like a broken record. I'm just trying to like talk out my thoughts as I'm using them. I feel like that's my best way to convey what I'm feeling to you guys. If I wait till just the very end to give you a roundup summary, I might forget to say something. Yeah, I'm okay with what that looks like. I mean, it's just browns. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's a good little base. I guess we should just start playing with some shimmers now. I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Primer and I'm gonna take a little pencil brush because I want to get really tight in my inner and outer corner with one of the shimmers. And I'm just simply going to smush that all across the lid. Just have it kind of fade into the inner and outer corner. The first shimmer I'm going to use is this red one here called Conquer. Just going to dip in with that exact same brush. And I want to press that in the outer and inner corner of my lid. Just kind of, sort of, something like that. Little red pops in the inner and outer. And then for the rest of my lid, the center, I'm going to take this one here called Stock, this beautiful rose gold looking shade. I'm just going to use my finger and just going to press that guy right there in the middle. And don't worry about the red. I'm going to blend out the edges into the brown in a second. I just wanted to get these shadows laid down. Oh, look how pretty that rose gold is. I love Alter Ego shimmers. I will scream it from the rooftops for the rest of my life. They're just so pretty. I'm just taking that first blending brush just to very lightly buff right at this edge here in the middle so that it blends softly from the shimmer to the matte. And now I'm going to take the pencil brush that I had with the darker matte brown just to lightly smudge around this outside edge as well so that the red can fade nicely into the browns. I'm also just going to quickly re-intensify the red next to that rose gold because I don't want the rose gold to be the only color seeming to happen on the lid. I want it to be a mix of both. And that is pretty much where we're at. I think that's really pretty. Kind of wish I had a darker brown to really deepen this up a little bit more, but I also still like it. I think it's pretty. For my inner corner, I'm gonna take, I feel like I want to just take Obscure. I know I used that in my first impressions, but I really want to use it again. It's a really pretty inner corner highlight. Just going to take and pop it there just to give it that little bit of brightness. How cute. And that's pretty much look number one. I'm going to recreate it on the other eye, throw on like lashes, liner, lips, do something with this wig. I haven't really done anything with it yet. I just kind of slapped it on. I'll be back when I look more presentable. All right, look number one. I feel really pretty. I think it's cute. I don't really have any complaints. It's not like my most favorite look I've ever done in my life, but I think it's pretty. But I also just don't play with like these tones all the time. I feel like I either play with like red, like deep burgundy, like vibrant reds, or I play with like, I don't know. I don't always play with this is what I'm trying to say, but I think it's pretty. Everything performed nicely, so there's that. The eye pencil I went with for this look is Rose Glow from Pixi. I just wanted something to kind of go with this vibe. My lashes are Bad from Esta Co, and on my lips I went with this Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Playa Vista. Just wanted something super light, neutral, not really much of anything, just some shine. But yeah, this is look number one. I guess let's just hop on over to look number two. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. I have a special guest for look number two. This is Morgan, for those of you who haven't met her. She lives with me and also we share the salon suite together, so this is Morgan.
Hello.
Tonight we decided we want to pretend like we're going out even though we're not going out, so we're gonna get ready like we are and then just like party in my living room by ourselves.
Perfect.
We're still gonna use the Artemis palette, of course, because that's the whole point of this video. Don't come for Morgan if she doesn't like explain in thorough detail her portion of the look. She's not like a tutorial person, but she's just gonna do her makeup with the palette also. I'll give you my tips on what I'm doing. We have this rum that I think Zane's grandmother gave us a long time ago, mixed with one of his ice drinks. It's like blackberry cherry or something like that. It's yummy. And now we're going to do some makeup. Feel free to talk about whatever you want to talk about, Morgan.
All right.
And we're both wearing wigs, obviously. Mine is a Christma brand wig. Check my FAQ in the description box if you need spelling. Hers is from a local shop. What vibe are you feeling? What kind of colors are you feeling today?
I like these blues.
That's what I'm gonna play with, are the blues and the teals. They're so cute.
So pretty.
The mattes in this palette are like a creamy texture, but they're like a matte shadow. They're very interesting. I like it so far. Now that my eyes are primed, I'm just gonna go in with this Entice shade just to swirl all over my lid and crease, just to have a base in the background. I'm using a Colourpop E2. What are you doing?
Let's see. I think I'm just gonna dive in with Pursuit. Yeah.
Oh, she's going in with the shimmer teal Pursuit.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using that later too. It's going to be so cute. By the way, if any of you say anything rude to my friend, you are banned from everything involving me for the rest of your life. What are you guys up to today? I wish you could answer me right this second.
Right.
I guess I could always do a live, but I'm too scared for that. Okay, I'm going to do one of my big exaggerated wings like I do, and some of you don't like it, some of you do. I just feel like doing it.
It's my favorite.
This is that Illamasqua Precision Gel Liner. Goodness gracious, I'm already getting my words twisted. You guys have seen me do this 100 times. I know I'm not as zoomed in as normal. I'm zoomed in as much as possible with both of us here. I'm not even drunk. I'm just missing my words. I've literally only drank this much, like not much. I promise you I'm not drunk.
Little sippy sips.
Okay, I'm just taking this little e.l.f. concealer brush, drawing a straight line across and looking up so I can see where it transfers a little bit on my eye. And you guys know it's hard for me to talk while I do this, so I'm just gonna go for it.
I'm gonna use some bow in my crease.
Nice. She's using that really dark blue.
Yeah.
That I used in my first impressions, although it's actually not as dark on, you'll see, it's not as dark on the eye as it is in the pan. Like, it's a lot more of a blue light, kind of our wigs.
Yeah. It's nice.
But it's still really cute. But yeah, I'm just doing my big exaggerated wings. I have plenty of videos if you need a more close-up version of this look. I'm sure it'll annoy some of you that I brought a guest in the mix, but some of you might really enjoy it because people ask to see Morgan frequently.
I'm here. Hey.
I haven't brought her on in a while because I'm terrified of people being mean to her, since people are mean to me sometimes. So we're risking it.
Going all in.
Today is August 1st. I put out all the Halloween decorations.
It looks so good and spooky. We watched Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's just the best movie to put up decorations to.
Definitely.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. This kind of eye look is just so personal based on your eye shape. You just have to practice it until you like the way it floats on your boat.
Yeah. I have put in eyelids, so I have to do more dramatic sometimes.
I'm just gonna fill this in now with the rest of that liner. I really like this liner a lot. It's very creamy. Very easy to use. Well, for me at least. I don't know if I would say it's easy to use if you're inexperienced with liner, but it's easy for me to use. Step one done. What are you doing now?
Victory.
Okay, so she's going in with the shimmery blue. I'll show you that one in a second because I'm going to be playing with that on my lid as well. I am going to start by just slapping some NYX Glitter Primer with a flat brush all over what I just did. Sometimes I don't need to do this, but this base doesn't necessarily stay sticky because it is like a gel eyeliner. It does dry down, so I just want to have a tacky base for those shimmers to really pop on top of. And for my tail, I'm going to use Victory, which is what Morgan's using right now, and I'm going to have it fade into Pursuit in the middle, and then towards the front, I'm going to use this one called Scent. Is that what it's called? Yes, Scent. That's the plan, and we're just going to go for it.
I like extending mine out and then inwards.
It's so cute. Favorite. I'm using a Spectrum A15. It's a lip brush, and I have Victory, that blue. And I'm just going to coat my tail with that. I like to use a lip brush for this part because it's so small. I can like follow that line nicely. I'm just filling in this outer third with that shadow. All right, I got that blue on that wing. So now I'm gonna flip back to that flat brush I had earlier, and I'm gonna go right into Pursuit, that really cute tealy color. That's gonna go right in the middle. I like to use a black base just because it really can show how much a color can pop on top of it with shimmers. You could totally do this kind of eye shape without a black base if you wanted to. You could just go for it. But I like having that precise wing black base. It's just a personal preference thing. You don't have to follow this exactly. You can always just be inspired, you know? Color is so cute. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of that blue from before and just kind of shimmy them together so that they flow nicely. And now I'm taking Scent, that last shadow I showed you, just on the clean side of that same flat brush I had. And I'm going to pop that right in the front. This shadow swatch is really cool because it kind of has a translucent base. I think this is going to look really good on top of the black shadow, in my humble opinion. Yes. Very cute. Look how cute that is. I love it. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of Victory, that shimmery blue again, just on this little smudgy brush. It's a Luxie 111. I'm just going to press that right against the outer portion of my lower lash line just to kind of connect the outer part of the wing with my lower lash. Just a smidge. For my inner corner, you know, I'm just going to go in with Scent again. I think that'll be really cute. Why not? Keep it simple. I usually just stick to like 2 or 3 eyeshadows total when I do these big winged looks because I don't think it's necessary to do multiple.
Spare in my inner corner.
Which one's spare?
Or spear.
Spear. Spear. I get these words all mixed up. You are not alone. She's using this gold in her inner corner. We're gonna have such like a similar vibe with the colors, but like totally different placement. It's gonna be so cute. I really like this shade in the inner corner. I think that's really cool. This is pretty much my look. All I'm gonna do left is throw in something in the waterline. I'm not totally sure what I want to use just yet, and big lashes, of course, and then something on my lips, which I also don't know what I'm gonna use yet. Maybe a black. That might be fun. What else you got?
Silent on my underneath, and I think that's it.
She's using this matte green on her underneath. You're just gonna smudge it down there?
Yeah. Cool.
Well, I'll let her do that. We're gonna end this for now, and we'll be back when like we're finally like actually complete. Okay, bye. Hello. Hey. So we already did this part of the filming once, but my mic wasn't on, so we're back. This is our final looks. What do you guys think?
We're mermaids.
Who wore it better? No, I'm just kidding. We both look good. She doesn't know what lashes she's wearing. We already went through that the first time we did this outro. And she doesn't know what lip color she's wearing because she's a normal makeup consumer and doesn't obsess over what product she's using. She just uses it. A lot of the things she uses are things I've decluttered, so it's something you may have seen before. It's just like a pinky color.
A light pink.
Goes with her skin tone.
Yes.
It's cute. My details. I'm still wearing Esta Co's Bad Lashes. They're smaller for my taste, but I also think they're really pretty. They're very wispy, and I know a lot of you will like these because they show off my makeup look. My eye pencil is Azure from NYX. I just wanted a cute blue to go with this vibe. And on my lips, Sleepwalker from Black Moon Cosmetics. Funny story, I lost this 2 Halloweens ago and Zane just found it a week ago. It still feels good. I still really like this.
It's ready for Halloween again.
I'm ready for it. Alright, well these were our looks. I hope you enjoyed this little interlude with Morgan. It's either going to make some of you so happy or piss you guys off so much. On the real though, you guys are really sweet and I know a lot of you miss Morgan, so be really nice to her, tell her nice things. If you want her to come back, then you have to like show that it's worth it, because if you're mean then it's never gonna happen again, because I will protect her at all costs. Alright, that was look number 2. I'll see you for look number 3 by myself, and we will finish this video up from there. Say bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
Hey, how's it going? We're gonna do look number 3. I'm getting ready for work today, and I figured today's as good a day as any to do this look, you know? You just tuck the wig, reveal the secrets. This is also a Charisma brand wig. Again, check the FAQ in my description box if you need the spelling. All right, let's get primed and ready to go. I have an idea for this look. It's actually been in my mind since I had the palette. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. I guess that was just meant to be saved for look number 3. Not too complicated, a little more simplistic of a look, but I'm really excited to use these specific colors. So I really want Prowl all over the lid with it blended into Silent. I want to pack Scent kind of over top of everything as like a little bit of a topper. And maybe Pop Quest on the lower lash line. I think that'll be cute. So I'm going to start with Prowl. Let's just go ahead and get that kind of laid down on the lower lash. I'm going to use this bigger, fluffier eyeshadow brush. It's a Spectrum A08, just to kind of be able to sweep it on the lid and blend it in the crease a little bit. I think that'll work nicely. And we're just going to start going to town. And again, I'm probably going to have to dip into this a bunch of times just to build it up the way I want it to, because these are a little more muted right off the bat. How are you guys doing? Today's Monday the somethingth. the 3rd. I think this video is going up tomorrow, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. I'm leaving for work in about 2 hours. I'm working a later night tonight, so that's my day. This is building up nicely. I love the tone of this color. I'm not too focused on like what's going on in the crease, so if it looks a little splotchy like it is, it's because I'm not really messing with it. I'm mostly focused on just getting it laid down to the right opacity on my lid. I'm just gonna kind of smudge this little outer corner just so it can kind of wing out just slightly. Something like that. Now let's attack the crease, right? Going in with Silent, I'm just gonna take this little blending brush and we're just gonna start using this shade to blend everything out. I might wanna leave my lower lash line blank today. I was gonna smoke it out, but I kinda wanna leave it blank. I know I've been doing that a little bit nowadays. I just think it can be kind of a cool look. Can we talk about how cute the new Animal Crossing update is with the fireworks? We just did that last night. And it's so cute and pure. All the villagers playing with sparklers. It's so cute, and they're clapping and yelling at the fireworks. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Again, I'm dipping in quite a lot just to build it up, but it's building and blending out nicely. I really don't have any complaints in that department. I do feel like my verdict is gonna be that I prefer just powder mattes, especially from Alter Ego. I just don't think these creamy mattes are totally up my alley, but like they're not bad. I think I just prefer the powder. But this is kind of where that's at, just a very smoked out kind of army green kind of moment. I think it's really cute. I want to take scent now. I don't even think I'm going to use glitter primer because I don't want this to be insanely like bam shimmer. I just want it to be like a little bit of a topper. Yes, that is so cute. I really like this scent shade. I like that it has that kind of sheerness. It makes a beautiful topper, but it also builds up really nice by itself if you pack it on a lot. Yes. Very wet looking olive kind of moment. Ooh, that's cute. I want to take Obscure and pop that in the inner corner. I know I've used this like for most of the looks, but it's just a really good inner corner highlight shade. I'm going to take Quest now down here, and I'm just going to take this smudgy brush. It's a Luxie 111, I think. Yes. I just want to pop a tiny bit of that shade just right up against the outer portion of my lower lash. I still want to leave it kind of blank down here, but I just want to play with this a little bit. I don't think it's really going to make a huge difference. Oh, it adds a little metallic kind of out there. I think that's kind of cool. I was like torn between just leaving it blank and wanting to use the shadow just for the sake of using the shadow. I think it's kind of cool. It adds just like a little twinkle down there. I like this. I know it's very simple, but simple is nice too. You don't always have to do a crazy extravagant look like I did with both of the looks so far in this video. I'm going to repeat this on the other eye, throw on like my lashes, eye pencil, lip product, all that good stuff, and I'll be back when I'm complete. All right, hello, welcome back. Final look number 3. I think it's really pretty. I know it's very simple, but like that's okay. You don't always have to spend 20 minutes doing your eyeshadow. You can just do something quick and let it still be really pretty, and I'm very happy with this. I love the way that shimmer looks. I just love this wet look. It's so pretty. The eye pencil I went with is Golden Olive from NYX, of course, like I had to do something that complemented this. My lashes are still Esta Co Bad Lashes. I'm really liking these lashes. I think they're really cute. And on my lips, I went with this one from Menagerie called Aurelia. Probably butchered that name. I tried my best. Anyways, this is the 3rd and final look. I hope you like it. I guess let's just zoom out and get on to the end of the video. I'll give you my final thoughts on this palette and we'll talk about just everything. Okay, bye. Hello, welcome back. Which look was your favorite? I might have to give it to look number 2. I love a big wing. I loved playing with those blues and that teal. I really liked that look, but you also let me know which of these 3 looks is your favorite. I'm honestly really pleased with all of them. What do you guys think of this palette? Do you have it on your wish list? Did you already get it? Are you passing on it? Do you have the actual Natasha Denona Metropolis? I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm very happy with all the shimmers I tried. Like for the $22 alone, you get so many beautiful shimmers, which makes me really happy. I just love Alter Ego shimmer formula. They're so metallic and brilliant. The cream to matte formula, it's not my favorite. Like it blends nicely. My eye looks have always turned out really nice when I've used this palette so far. I don't have issues with them working. I feel like I just like a powder better, and I like the more impactful pigment right off the bat. I don't necessarily like having to build it up slowly, but they also turned out fine, so it's not like a major complaint. It's just, I feel like maybe I'm just impatient and I wanted more pigment right off the bat. I do stand by what I said in my first impressions though, that I feel like this would be great for beginners because you can't really overdo it. My only other major critique is that this palette doesn't really get super deep. Like even these mattes down here that look like they'd be really dark, like how they are in the pan, they aren't really that dark. I feel like they're a lot lighter than they appear. I do wish there was a little bit more depth with it so I could really deepen up some looks, but for the most part, I'm really happy with this palette. I'm really happy I got a chance to try it and play with it. I'm probably gonna do an IGTV video with this too, so stay tuned for that. I'm really pleased with this one. My minor critiques aside, overall I do like this palette, and it's a really good deal for the amount of shadows you get, especially if you're someone who likes big palettes. I'll never be the one to sit here and tell you like, yes, it's worth it, yes, you have to buy it, you have to get whatever, because everyone's financial situation is different. But if you have your eye on this palette and it's in your budget, I don't think you'd be disappointed. It's just kind of up to you to determine if you feel like that cream to matte formula would make you happy or make you sad. But anyways, I guess that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to chat with you guys. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a beverage emoji, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautyBean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Please don't forget the importance of Black Lives Matter. There is a link in my bio for resources on ways you can help. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.